Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. In this video I'm gonna show you how to create sprint logic for your player character. So let's get started. So first of all I'm gonna open up my content drawer and we will gonna go to the inputs folder where our input actions are, and currently I only have input action look and input action move. So I'm gonna create a new input action by just simply right clicking and then going to inputs and then input action, and I'm gonna name it as input action underscore sprint. And let's open this up and make sure that the value type of this input action should be digital bool. Now we need to add this input action to our mapping context, so we can open up our content drawer and let's navigate to our inputs folder, and from here we can go to input mapping context folder and let's open up our input mapping context, and we can click on this plus icon to add a new input action, and from drop down let's select our input action sprint, and we can assign it as a left shift by clicking on this keyboard icon and then pressing left shift on our keyboard. Let's save it. So to create sprinting logic, we need to go to our player character's blueprint, and inside here we can create a new function by going to the functions tab and clicking on this plus icon to create a new function, and I'm gonna name it as start sprint. And let's create another function and we'll call it as stop sprinting. Now start sprint function will indicate what happens when our character will start to sprint, and similarly stop sprint function will indicate what happens when our player is just stop sprinting. So for our start sprint function, what you need to do is you need to just get your character movement and then search for set max walk speed, and you need to set it higher than your default walk speed. So if I go to my character movement and then I search for max walk speed, so by default it was set to 600, but I changed it to 300. So my default walk speed is set to 300. So this indicates that when my walk speed is 300, my character is moving. So to make my character sprint, I need to change my max walk speed somewhere higher from 300. So let's set it to maybe 500, and then when we stop sprinting, we can just simply get our character movement and then search for set max walk speed, and we can set it back to our default max walk speed, which is 300 in my case. Now you can also create a variable and you can name it as sprinting. This is optional variable which will be set true if our character is sprinting. So we can set it true, and when our character just stops sprints, we can just simply set it to false. So why we create this variable? Because for our any other function other than our sprinting, you can check if your character is basically sprinting or not. Like maybe if your game have a function for jumping as well, so you can check if your character is sprinting or not, and if they're sprinting, you maybe you don't want to jump, or you want that your character should not be sprinting before jumping. So yeah, this sprinting variable will help you to do that checks. Now our start sprint and stop sprint logics are completed. So now all we have to do is we need to go to our event graph, and we need to search for input action underscore sprint, and then from here, from started, you can call your start sprint function, and then from completed you can call your stop sprint function. Now if I play my game, you can see that if I hold shift, my walk speed is increased from 300 to 500, and my character is in sprinting state. However, animations are not currently changing because we have not applied, and if I release the shift key, my walk speed is set back to 300 as well. Now if you want your sprint function to be toggle, you can just simply unplug that, and from start you can search for flip-flop and then connect the A with start sprinting and B with stop sprinting. So what this does is when you first time press left shift, your character will be sprinting, and when you press it again, your character will stop sprinting and return to the normal walk state. So it is up to you how you want to design this. If you want to just keep sprinting while the left shift is hold down, you can just simply uh, go from started to start sprint and then from completed to stop sprinting. Now our sprint logic is complete. All we have to do is change our character's animations. So we can go to our character animation blueprint and then for in our animation graph, and from here let's open up our default locomotion, and we only have one state, which is idle and walk. So from idle and walk we need to go to another state, so we can right click and search for state, and we can rename it as sprinting, and then we can just simply plug this. We will say that okay, from idle slash walk we can go to sprinting. You can just simply drag an arrow from idle and walk and connect it with sprinting, and then from sprinting we need to once we stop sprinting, basically need to go back to our idle slash walk state, so we can connect it back as well. So what this state machine does is basically the state machine has all the possible states that our character can go to. So we say that from idle slash walk we can go to the sprinting state, and then from sprinting we can go back to the idle slash walk. So for our sprinting state we need to plug the animation that we want to play. So we can search for our running animation. In my case it is jog forward, and I'm gonna plug it to the result, and then make sure to select this animation and set it to loop animation, because if you don't set it, then this animation will just gonna play once and then our character will stop playing animation. So make sure to loop it, and now we have to assign the rules that when we want to change our state from idle to sprinting. So to do that, if you hover to this icon, the top one, this says that the idle slash walk to sprinting rule. So basically this indicates the rule for going from idle walk to sprinting, and the bottom rule indicates to going back from sprinting to idle slash walk. So let's open this up and we can simply promote this to a variable, and we can say it as sprinting. So basically we're saying that if our this is sprinting variable is true, then we want to go from idle slash walk to sprinting. And similarly for our sprinting to idle slash walk rule, we can open it and we can say that is sprinting is not boolean, which means that is not true. So if our is sprinting is not true, then we want to go back from sprinting to idle slash walk. Now all we have to do is set this sprinting variable. So to do that we need to go in our event graph, and from here we can just simply set our sprinting. And to set our sprinting, let's say that if our speed is greater than our 300, so we just say that sprinting is true. So why I'm setting it greater to 300, because if I go to my player character and then character movement, so my default walk speed is 300. So whenever my speed is increased from 300 to any other value, we can say that okay, our character is sprinting. And I know that it will not exceed from 500 because we have set our max walk speed to 500 for sprinting. However, 500 is greater than 300, so when our max walk speed reaches to 500, that means that we are sprinting. So that's how we gonna set our sprinting variable, and we can compile and save, and let's test it. So now if I hold shift, you can see my sprinting animation is playing, and we are sprinting. So that's it for this video. I hope you guys like it. If you guys like it, please make sure to leave a like and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more content. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.